The beautiful Walsall Arboretum in Staffordshire was the venue for our latest parkrun visit last Saturday. It was our second visit to the venue, and it was nice to meet up with fellow YouTuber Rachel D, her partner Rory, who were just 6 days on from completing the Newport Marathon. Walsall Arboretum is a lovely venue for a parkrun, and this flat 3-lap course attracts between 400 and 500 runners most Saturdays. It is down on the Tim Grove's Power of 10 list as the 12th fastest parkrun in the UK. So as we're lined up at the start, final check of everybody's trainers. For YouTubers, final check that our cameras are switched on properly and ready to record footage. Everybody is good to go.
3, 2, 1, go!
As I was running the England Masters Birmingham 10k the next day, which was Sunday, I decided to sit this parkrun out and film instead.
So those of you who followed this channel recently will be aware that I had been chipping away trying to get a sub 20 parkrun, which I eventually managed last week at Alexandra Parkrun in Manchester in 1945. So with a potentially fast course, fine conditions and a lovely spring day, I was hoping for a repeat of that sub 20 experience. As you can see from the off, you set off, there's a reasonably wide path, there's no congestion at this point, runners are able to pass me like the chap in blue did there. Equally, I'm able to go past people as well. So a nice wide start to the Walsall Arboretum parkrun. You can also see Rachel just up ahead, who'd had her own journey towards trying to get a sub 20, and Rory as well is about to come past. So at the minute it looks like everyone's had a good start and is well on pace to hit their goals. So on to about the 700 metre point here, you can see a little bit of bunching going on. Rachel moves across to try and get through a little group of runners. It's just the time here to be patient, the course will open up. As I say, over 3 laps you thought there might have been a little bit of congestion in overtaking people, but as you'll see later, everything's nice and clear. So this bend at the bottom of the lake is about the only place in the course where you're having to maybe elbow and fight for a little bit of space. I'm sitting back here, just letting things unfold and feeling quite comfortable that I'm on course for another sub 20 at this stage. So we're just rounding round to the 1 kilometre point now. You can see Rachel and Rory a few seconds in front of me. My watch says 3:58 there. So what was it Peter Mantleton used to say? I'm feeling intensely relaxed, feeling strong and knowing I can pace hopefully another 20 minutes parkrun. So we're swinging around now by the visitor centre and cafe there on the left. If you do this parkrun, it's well worth a visit. We've got some display boards about the history of the park, and as parkrun cafes go, it's one of the best we've ever visited. So you can see by this point we're still on the first lap, things have opened up quite nicely. We're on a path now where you have to run out, then go around the hut and back on yourself. This is probably the hardest bit of the course. I detected a slight climb, so you really just need to get your head down and work and focus and wait until the turnaround point comes. But yeah, very little congestion now, just a chap in white, then Rachel and Rory in front of me. Got a nice clear path where I can do what I do best as a runner and click into a consistent pace and just churn out the kilometres and miles. So Dawn's further up the course, watching some of the front runners come through. You can see here, it is a popular one this in the West Midlands area. As I say, 12th fastest listed parkrun in the UK, and certainly nothing I was finding would detract from that. Nice wide paths, nice flowing course, just a little bit of a turn there where you might have to slow slightly, but all in all, really good for a fast time trial, which, as we remember, is what parkrun was set up to be originally, and for many people, still is, following those traditions. So for the mileage people, and I normally have my watch set in miles, we went through in 6:23. 6:26 pace is 20 minutes parkrun pace, so just under for that 20-minute barrier. And here's Dawn Cam watching Rachel and myself and the rest come through. So I've now completed more than 1 lap of the course, and as you can see, I'm just going past Rachel here. Be sure to check out her video to find out how her and Rory got on for the rest of Walsall Arboretum parkrun. On the right there you can see the finish area, so we've got 2 more whole laps to do and then a short, I reckon about 200 metre surge for the end to hit that finish line. And it comes to 2 kilometre point, and you can see I'm still just inside 20-minute pace, feeling okay. Wouldn't want to run a whole 10k at this pace, but still thinking I can maintain this across for another 3 kilometres. So Walsall Arboretum was opened in 1874, the high mid-Victorian age, and it was the era where many Victorians were interested in nature. It was a few years after Darwin's Origin of Species had been published, and the whole park contains over 10,000 different examples of trees and shrubs. So if that's your thing and running is your thing, certainly get along to Walsall Arboretum at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's completely free to get in, there's plenty of parking around the park, and if you want to stay on and walk around these beautiful grounds and the lake you can see on the right there, which is called Hatherton Lake apparently, you can see some footage Dawn took here, nice little streams, more shrubs that the park runners go past. It really is a lovely place to be at the heart of Walsall town centre on a Saturday morning. So as I said earlier, one concern about multi-lap courses when you're chasing a time is potential for congestion on the second and third laps. We can see here, really got a nice clear path. We're overtaking some of the back runners here, but absolutely no congestion at all. It really is set up for a super fast time here. You can see the surface isn't quite the smooth tarmac we had last week at Alexandra Parkrun. It's a little bit of a, not gravelly, but a surface that's a little bit rough. But I don't think that really affects time. I was wearing a different pair of trainers to what I'd worn the previous week. Got the Takumi Sen 8s on this week, where I had the Vaporfly 3s on. But both pairs of trainers in different ways pop you along nicely on a nice, flat, fast parkrun course. So passing to the 3k point here, 3 seconds inside 20-minute target. As you can see, it's just before the bit I talked about where you have to go round the slight bend at the top of the park, probably the slowest bit of the course. So there's a good marker for you, that's where the 3k marker is. I must say, when I get to this stage, as everyone says, the 4th kilometre is the hardest on any 5k. I know if I can just maintain somewhere around pace, get to the next kilometre around 16 minutes, anyone can find a little bit in that last kilometre. What is it Nick Bester says? You get the last kilometre for free. Let's see. So just rounded by the finish area for the penultimate time here. Again, still absolutely no congestion on course. I'm able to just tick off the kilometres or miles, whatever you want to run in, at a nice even pace as suits me. So really enjoying Walsall Arboretum Parkrun this morning. You can see here, even this little section that was a little bit congested on the first lap, absolutely no problem at all. It's really nice to see everybody respecting each other. The people being lapped staying to the left, the people doing the lapping staying to the right, enough room on the course for everybody. Lovely to see. Well done all the organisers, runners, walkers, etc. at Walsall Arboretum Parkrun. So through 4k in 15:56, 4 seconds inside target. Now this is the point in a parkrun where you absolutely want your watch to be measuring accurately and not giving you extra seconds that perhaps you have to run over at the end. But feeling fairly confident at the minute. I've been past the finish area twice in this run already. It is actually a nice flowing down for the last 300 or 400 metres, so you know if you do have a little bit to make up there, you can really fly down that last bit. So even on this very narrowest bit of the course, this late on in the run, as you can see, absolutely no problem doing overtaking, everybody able to run their own, well it's not a race is it, their own time trial, whatever we're allowed to call it these days, but everybody having their own run, unimpeded, sharing, encouraging. This is what parkrun's all about to me. So we're just rounding that turnaround point for the very last time, and it is now full steam ahead to the end. I reckon it's 300 or 400 metres from here. It's just time to get your head down. It's slightly downhill. Stop, look at your watch, John. Just run as fast as you can. The time will be what it will be. And really enjoying flying down on a beautiful spring morning in Walsall at the 12th fastest parkrun in the UK, as measured on the Power of 10 website. What isn't there to like about life at the minute? Living my very best life here, with now probably a couple of 100 metres to go at Walsall Arboretum Parkrun. Still checking my watch. Stop, look at your watch, John, and just get to the finish line. Then look at it. So just rounding the last corner, it's now time to give it a sprint finish, or as close to a sprint finish as my little legs will go. Not quite as good as that chap there, just speeding off into the distance. I think from memory, yeah, here comes another one. Possibly need to work on my sprint finish, but am I going to be just inside 20 minutes for the second consecutive week? Quick look at my watch, and it is reading 19:57, and as I usually start my watch a little bit before the gun goes off and stop it just after the finish line, I'm confident I will have broken my target. As it turns out, I get a time of 19:56. Now, we've only been here once in the past, about 6 years ago, when I recorded a time of 19:55. My official time today was 19:56, so 1 second outside my PB, but a much better age grading in the 76s still. Well pleased with that morning's effort at Walsall. And here's Rachel having just finished. As I say, check out her video when it comes out about how her and Rory got on at the parkrun this morning. So another sub 20, 19:58 I think this week, just a little bit slower than last week, but I think there's reasons why. Exogenous and endogenous, there's 2 words for today. Now this sign must be from a while ago, where parkrun used to advertise itself as being timed as well as free weekly 5k.
So we hope you've enjoyed joining us for Walsall Arboretum Parkrun, and if you have, we'd love you to give this video a like, and if you've not already subscribed, we'd love you to do so.
And you'll see further parkruns, racing and training adventures of ours. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.